Thank you very much. That's the ceremonies of this morning's proceedings. Let me apologize for the traffic snarl up this morning, which resulted in one or two people having difficulty getting to the location, notwithstanding their best and most diligent efforts. Dr. Main Matrek and members of the International Telecommunications Union, Chairman of the Trinidad and Tobago Telecommunication Authority, Mr. Gilbert Peterson, Senior Counsel, and members of the Board of the Telecommunication Authority of Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. John Prince, the CEO of the Trinidad and Tobago Telecommunication Authority. All members, participants in this very important gathering, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to address you at today's meeting of the Regional Standardization Forum for Bridging the Standardization Gap. In perusing the work of the BSG, I was pleased to note that its main goals include addressing the disparities in the ability of developing countries to access and influence international ITU telecommunication standards, and facilitating the efficient participation of developing countries in ITU's standard-making process, as well as disseminating information about existing standards. It will please you to know that CARICOM shares these goals. Last month, at the 20th Inter-Sessional Meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community in Guyana, my fellow leaders approved a draft roadmap for the region's single information and communication technology space. This single ICTU space will allow for harmonized policies, legislation, regulations, and technical standards. We expect that this space will create affordable networks which are of tremendous benefit to Caribbean consumers and businesses. This is critical to accelerating the implementation of CARICOM's single market and economy, and will be a driving force for social and economic development in the region. From a Trinidad and Tobago perspective, we see the ICT sector as a critical part of our national development program. High on our agenda is enhancing digital literacy and developing the skills to enable productivity and innovation in our population. Ultimately, the ICT sector is expected to enhance the quality of life of our people. So while we invest in networks, infrastructure, and markets, we also have to invest in human beings. An e-ready country necessitates that ICTs must be seen as tools to be used in all aspects of social, educational, and business life. We must see ICT learning as not merely learning how to use computerized machines and manipulate software. It must be seen as a mechanism for providing solutions to both mundane as well as complex problems. We are also investing in tertiary education institutions such as the University of Trinidad and Tobago and the University of the West Indies to produce the necessary skilled cadre of entrepreneurs and innovators who can meet the technology standards of the present and the future. Trinidad and Tobago can, however, be proud of its ICT development, as can be borne out from the following statistics from the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, as if one gathers this from the September 2016 market report. Regarding fixed-line internet subscriptions, there were 282,000, which represent a penetration rate of 66% of all households in this country. Mobile subscriptions exceed 2 million, with a penetration of 155% of the population. Gross revenue from mobile services was 623 million in 2016. Our pay TV subscriptions number 204,000, which means a penetration of just under 50%. We see advancing the deployment of ICT infrastructure as key to supporting securely connected people, businesses, and the wider government infrastructure. One of the key factors in making this reality is an effective and proactive regulator. To this end, I must commend the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago for being a regulatory exemplar for both their successes in creating an open market for telecommunication and broadcasting services, including conditions for fair competition at the national and international levels, as well as for furthering the discussion on new and emerging trends that will improve the local and regional markets. The government of Trinidad and Tobago will also be working feverishly to ensure that full proclamation of e-legislation with supporting rules and regulations come to pass in the not too distant future. These pieces of legislation include revisions of the Exchequer Act, the Data Protection Act, and the Electronic Transmission Act. Key amendments to the Telecommunications Act are also on the government's legislative agenda. Market operators and prospective investors in high-speed broadband access network infrastructure will need to be assured that our regulatory and legal framework is relevant, modernized, unambiguous, and most of all, fair. Another crucial element of the government's agenda is ensuring the use of ICT to transform the delivery of public goods and services and achieve institutional strength and capacity. Enhancing public service delivery will better integrate government with well-governed processes and quality outcomes directed at improving operational efficiency and customer service satisfaction. A reader of the government's public sector investment program for 2017 will quickly realize that ICT continues to be key to effective delivery of public goods and services. This is highlighted by the investment of 143.1 million Trinidad and Tobago dollars in ICT infrastructure appropriated under the Public Sector Reform Computerization Program. Several ministries and departments continue to benefit from this trust. For example, at the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, work is progressing on the supply, delivery, installation, and commissioning of 2 suites of Global Maritime Distress and Safety System equipment, also known as GMDSS. One of the benefits of this GMDSS is that it makes it easier to rescue distressed marine and aircraft, as it is an internationally agreed standard set up for safety procedures, equipment, and protocols. As an archipelagic state with heavy business and recreational users of our coastline, this facility is crucial. Our police service is currently engaged in upgrading its ICT infrastructure and capacity. Permit me to highlight just 3 of these. 1, installation of mobile data terminals in vehicles to access police database and query records while on patrol. 2, equipping of 1,200 police vehicles with GPS. 3, equipping of 11 police stations with live scan systems which capture fingerprints and palm prints electronically. The vision of that ICT will connect Trinidad and Tobago and enhance service delivery to improve citizen satisfaction. The vast majority of government units now have an online presence with ministries and agencies having websites supported by GovNet TT. Additionally, information on 627 services for citizens, 256 for businesses, and 118 for non-residents are available on government centralized portal TT Connect. Ladies and gentlemen, government has embarked on an initiative to provide free Wi-Fi services to the public. This initiative, TT Wi-Fi, is in line with government's vision to provide free and easy access to broadband internet in public spaces. TT Wi-Fi is available to all users with a Wi-Fi enabled device, including smartphones, laptops, and tablets. Phase 1 of this project was launched in August 2016, with hotspots being available on 13 specific public transport buses, 12 in Trinidad and 1 in Tobago. Phase 2 would entail the provision of broadband service through the service providers, and the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago will comprise the establishment of hotspots along the Brian Lara Promenade in popular downtown Port of Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Trinidad and Tobago is moving steadily forward on its intention to make this country ICT ready for the next stage of our development. Countries around the world are leveraging information and communication technologies to ensure their next leap towards socio-economic advancement. For Trinidad and Tobago, our intention is that the next leap will take us closer to first world status. Permit me to add my quota of welcome to all our international participants here who will be taking part in this very valuable seminar. Please enjoy your stay in Trinidad and Tobago, and don't hesitate to come see us again soon, if not just by telecommunication, but in person. I thank you for your attention, and I wish you a very successful deliberation, and we look forward to Trinidad and Tobago once again being the location where serious, far-reaching decisions will take place with respect to telecommunication standardization. Thank you very much.